really in a fight in our cultural mindset right now over what it is to be human. Because of technology and because of AI and because of the way in which the online world can turn us against each other and divide us, the only way we can truly understand it is to be in touch with it. So the Healing Through Arts and Nature initiative at Prebys was started because we realized that we were doing work in the area of mental health. There was simply not enough resources or clinicians in the world to help address the scale of the issue that we were seeing. There are these programs being run by organizations in our community that, if put in service of those folks, could vastly increase the availability of opportunities for healing.
I always had back problems walking, and you feel it. Some days you feel it, some days you don't. You get that twitch in your back. You sound like that guy on TV. It's gone, Dorothy, it's gone. I really mean it's gone.
But I think it does help. The dancing
Oh, God, yeah.
helps him with all his problems. I'm Kitty Widener. This is Ron Widener. And he has Lewy body dementia, which is a form of Parkinson's. And some days he walks well, and other days he can't walk very well. The dancing is very helpful. The exercise is wonderful. The dance steps are easy and simple.
Because there's a lot of people, they just sit home. I mean, some people have to. They can't afford to go out.
My favorite part of the class, listening to the music and getting into the steps and following the instructors and just being with the group.
People have always danced. It is part of being human, and we believe that dance belongs to everyone. The Healing Through Arts and Nature grant is so specifically relevant to what we do and the types of accessibility that we're passionate about. Lexi Alcaraz is a physical therapist. She has her doctorate in physical therapy, and she's also a dancer and a choreographer. And when she came to us and said, "This is my dream program to launch," coming from a mix of her passions and talents, but also to honor her father, who passed away from ALS. Dance was a huge part of his therapy and part of the way that she and her family were able to stay connected and find joy.
So when we started looking at the evidence base for using the arts for healing, you very quickly learn, oh, there's this group. Now it's called SocialRX that was working in the space of using art and using culture to help people deal with the trauma and other health challenges.
What social prescribing is the practice that enables healthcare providers and other folks who are in the business of health and well-being to prescribe engagements with arts, culture, nature, really community-based non-clinical interventions to support their health and well-being. It's a bit of a two-part partnership where we're working with Prebys to build the skills of community-based organizations, and then in parallel is then developing this infrastructure of social prescribing where we tie together all of these stakeholders, the community-based organizations, the healthcare-based folks, and then of course the individuals who are being served. When you pair this incredible resource, these assets that are already existing in community and have been thinking about how you engage people, build purpose, build community. This is evidence-backed work just sitting there, and it's too good to leave on the table. And so social prescribing offers the mechanism to be able to have the system leverage the assets that are already in community.
It's really important to recognize that it's so much about connection and joy and redefining the relationships outside of a clinical setting. And so what we want to do is get them out of that clinical space and mindset and remind them about the joy of connecting with the people around them. Dance involves this tuning in with the rest of the folks in the space. It uses all of the different ways that folks can learn and process information. So one thing that I really appreciate about the Prebys Foundation is that it's not just give you the grant money and step back.
Part of what we've done is pull together this group as a cohort so they can learn from each other. Dr. Novian Yarborough, our staff, who is an expert in learning and evaluation, is working with many of the organizations on how they can collectively learn from and prove their efficacy in this project.
We have take a baseline measurement when somebody comes in through intake, and then do a well-being assessment and a handful of validated clinical measures after each scheduled experience as well. So we're tracking general well-being, loneliness and isolation, so that we're able to really tailor what those success metrics are to the goals of the specific partner. And that is helpful when we think about moving from pilot or preliminary contract into full-fledged service.
We would love to see this grow after proving that it works here by having other communities and other foundations follow suit and make this more available to more people in the country.
What I'm really excited about with the partnership with Prebys and the work that they're doing is figuring out how to integrate this into our common vocabulary. 50 years ago, we did not equate our exercise with our health. Our creative engagement impacts both our mental and our physical health as well. Our hope is in less than 50 years, that will be base knowledge, that we've reintegrated these two pieces back together. There have been many cultures in the world where that has not been a divorced idea.
I just ran into a friend of mine downstairs who's Native American, and when I first started talking to him about this project, he looked at me and he said, "My people have been talking about this for thousands of years." And it was such a good reminder that what we're talking about here is not new.
No one is going to tell the physical therapist that they should go find a grant to cover the interventions that they're giving to their patients. This is a evidence-backed health care service. We firmly believe that it should be health and wellness dollars that are paying for this work. And that's the way that it gets truly integrated into the healthcare system. We
would know that we've made it when it is insurance companies start paying for it, doctors start prescribing it more consciously. One of the things that is making us crazy as individuals and as a society is that nobody's telling us the obvious truth. You need to get back in touch with experiencing what it's like to be a creative being in the universe. And it doesn't mean you have to publish the great American novel. It just means you have to express this side of yourself.
How many times have I heard in my life, well, I didn't have the body for ballet. I loved it when I was a kid, but I was too short. I was too tall. Since the pandemic, folks have really reassessed in the dance world how to make it more safe. I mean, emotionally safe, socially safe. So it's really changed the way dance can serve a more broad population.
What brings you joy? What do you love to do? We're able to kind of find that happy medium for where people have that interest, have maybe a sense of familiarity, or maybe a sense of curiosity.
Once you get in there, it's so fun and joy forward, and there's such a sense of play. Once you cross that barrier, I think the hardest part is getting there.
It is a bit insane. We have put ourselves in this position where we would need a prescription to be human, but it is the position we're in. I actually think there is a huge opportunity to re-equip the next generation of Americans for how to live a healthier life. And it is to go back to things that put us in touch with our humanity, which is why art and nature are so important. The bigger idea here is that we win the ultimate fight of the 21st century, which is that we stand steadfast with our humanness.